It took me 5 years to learn what I'm going to show you in this video because for like the entirety of my life, I was the fat little gooner in the friend group as well. But recently, I've been able to lose over 17 pounds, and my promise with this video is I'm going to show you exactly what I had to do step by step to get here and finally lose the fat. Because if you've been stuck for a while, then honestly, stop listening to all the other shitty YouTubers in this space. If you don't know this already, most people on YouTube trying to teach you to lose fat haven't even been fat before, so why would you even listen to them? I've been through exactly what you're going through. I know what it's like to struggle this much and to literally hate how you look, and yet I've been able to do this. And so your first action step right now is to unsubscribe from all of the shitty YouTubers telling you the same eat less, move more, bro, advice that literally doesn't even work. All the advice in this video has been tried and tested from my own experiences, and so I know for a fact that it works. And I know for a fact that all the other crappy advice is horrible because I've tried it, and it's bullshit. Now that I've just ranted for the last minute, the goal of this video is completely different from other videos out there on how to lose fat. Most people try and sell you the same $10 workout plan. They're trying to get you to add things into your life. And that's just stupid, because the reason you're fat right now isn't because you don't know the crazy diet that's going to make you lose fat, or you're not taking that supplement. The reason you're fat right now is just because you're doing things right now that are actively making you fat. And so all we need to do, if you want to lose 15 pounds or 20 pounds and change your life, is just remove those things. Don't try and just add in 100 different things to try and lose fat. We just need to remove the bad. Oh shit, I have cancer or something. Anyways, the reason that this is so important is because it actually makes fat loss way easier, because we're not trying to simply add in a half marathon each morning like fucking Goggins. We just need to remove the bad. So our goal with this video specifically is I'm going to teach you exactly how to quit your addictions and how I was able to do it step by step. And the crazy thing about the advice I'm going to give you is that you can literally reverse 5 years of addiction in literally just a few weeks. I am not joking when I say that. I was this addicted gooner to things like scrolling, gaming, eating like tons of junk food every single day, sweets, and I was able to cure it with this advice in literally just 3 weeks. And that's the crazy part about this guide. I know what it's like to be there, and so I know what it's like to quit this shit forever. And so the stupid advice that everybody else gives you on how to quit your addictions is just focus on quitting, bro. Just focus on throwing it all away. They'll tell you this stuff like, oh, just get rid of the junk food from your house, and all of a sudden you won't eat it. And that sounds like good advice until you realize that as soon as somebody brings you a little bit of junk food, your friend comes in and gives you this small little chocolate bar, you'll go up to him, you'll be like, oh bro, I'm trying to lose fat though, but I'll just have a little bit. And then you'll just reverse all the progress. The thing is, we're not just trying to get rid of the thing by just throwing it out of our environment. We're trying to train ourselves to become immune to that junk food, immune to the addictions. Because there is a way to quit your addictions where you can literally keep literal games on your laptop and just not play them. You can literally have junk food everywhere in the house and still not eat it. And so that's the goal we're trying to get to. We're trying to get to the point where we're immune to our addictions. And the way we do this is through improving our mental health. And immediately your brain might have turned off to thinking, oh, that's gay, I don't want to improve my mental health. But I'm telling you, when you improve your mental health, it's almost like you take that slider for fat loss and you change the difficulty to easy. I'm not joking. Imagine in a video game, you have that little menu that you can change the mode to like easy, medium, hard, peaceful, whatever. Just by improving your mental health, you take fat loss and change it to easy mode, because of course, if you're this semi-depressed little Genshin Impact player, of course you're not going to be motivated to lose fat. Of course, you don't have any self-respect when you're literally got like suicidal thoughts, and you're not like suicidal, but you literally got like negative thoughts flowing through your brain like every day. When you improve your mental health, I guarantee fat loss just gets way easier, because suddenly you don't need these things like junk food and scrolling and all of this BS. Because what nobody understands is that these addictions aren't actually the problem. They're just a symptom. They're a symptom of bad mental health, because if you had perfect mental health, you wouldn't need to scroll for hours a day. You wouldn't need junk food. You wouldn't need that feeling, because you just get it naturally. And so that's the state we're trying to get to. And so all I've written down here is, if you want to improve your mental health, and it sounds like kind of a vague term, but to improve your mental health, you just have to do one thing. You just need to do actions that improve future you's life. That is it. Because, of course, it makes sense. Again, if you worked out consistently for 3 weeks and you see that string of events happening where suddenly you're more consistent, you can see a little bit of fat coming off your double chin, you're gonna feel happier. But at the same note, you've probably fried your attention span because you've done not your attention span. You've probably fried your mental health because you've done the opposite. You've taken all of these actions that feel good right now, but they actually make your life worse in the future. And so to improve our mental health, it's simple. And I'm going to repeat this again. Just do actions that improve future you's life. And you know automatically whether or not a habit is good for future you not. You know, for example, that, okay, maybe going on YouTube Shorts for 3 hours a day isn't improving future me's life. And so all we're going to do now, and this is really important that you need to understand, is we're going to introduce the good habits into our life first. Because the problem with just trying to quit, randomly just stop playing video games or something, is that it's not as easy as just quitting. Because when you get rid of the video game, there's this void. There's this time where now all of a sudden you have 10 hours of free time a day that you don't know what to do with. And so don't listen to everybody else's stupid BS advice of just quit it, bro. Just do something else. We need to introduce the good habits first and then replace the bad habits with those good habits. And so here's exactly how we do this. If we just take the good habits and add a little bit of them each day into your life, we do something really interesting. Let me just give you an analogy to prove this. Imagine that you log into a new video game and you're just observing there's this new map, there's all this crazy stuff, there's a dragon in the far distance, and then there's this menu in the bottom of the screen that says, here's your first quest. You click on the quest and it's always something easy, right? Whenever you start out in a video game, the quests aren't okay, just beat the level 500 boss. It's usually okay, get your first wooden tools, explore this part of the map, kill the level 1 skeleton. Oh, now get your first piece of iron armor. You see how in every good video game, they increase the difficulty slowly as you go on. They don't suddenly tell you, okay, go kill the final boss. They give you this almost like these stepping stones to go up to until you're finally able to kill the final boss. This is complete common sense, and yet most people, including me, do the exact opposite. I remember when I was a fat freaking Genshin Impact player, I would tell myself, okay, I'm gonna start waking up at 5 a.m. and I'd wake up at 6 a.m. I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna quit all my addictions. I'm gonna do a cold shower. I'm gonna do 100 push-ups a day. I tell myself all this stuff because it feels good, right? It feels good to tell yourself, yes, I'm gonna do that, and hype yourself up. But you'll never actually stay consistent. I remember talking to my friend a few days ago because he wanted to start journaling, which is an overpowered habit, but I might make a separate video on that, because he wanted to start actually doing gratitude journaling. He wanted to start being more grateful, and yet he told me bro, but I'm not gonna stay consistent because I want to do 10 pages a day or some shit. I told him flat out, okay, bro, don't do a page a day of journaling. Literally just write down one thing that you're grateful for. And he looked at me like I was retarded. He was like, bro, but I'm not an idiot. I can do a page a day, bro. It's fine. I can do 10 of these things. And I just told him, bro, if you could already do that much of the habit, then you'd already be doing it. See, and this is something that's really important for you to understand. If you could do an hour of exercise a day, you would already be doing it because you know it's a good thing. You know you need to do it. But you don't do it just because your skill for exercise just isn't high enough. And so here's exactly what we're going to do now. We know the exact mindset. We know that we need to improve future you's life. But you don't need to start off by just doing an hour of exercise a day. You can literally start today by just doing one sit-up, and you've literally created your own win. You just finished your first starter quest by doing that one sit up. And you might think, but bro, it's not going to do anything. One sit up isn't going to do anything. But that's not the point. We're not trying to just get jacked in the first few weeks. We're just trying to lay that foundation. We're trying to get ourselves to be consistent. Because who's the retarded one? The person who does one workout for an hour and then just quits because it felt hard, he felt the pain and he wasn't able to cope with it. Or the guy that does just a couple minutes of exercise a day for a few weeks and then increases the workout difficulty and then he stays consistent. This is the most important part. You need to look at how we can do the bare minimum, get a little bit of XP, and then we level up the skill. And so, here's exactly what you're going to do right now. You're going to search up, just like on another tab, this thing called a habit tracker. It's basically this fucking piece of paper that you just write down a few habits on. And you just tick off a box for each day you do the habit. So let's say you write down each of the 7 days in a row, and then you write down, okay, I'm going to exercise every single day for just 5 minutes. And every single day you do the 5 minutes, you just tick off the box. And you can almost visualize it like you've just gotten 1 XP. Do that for 10 days. You've gotten 10 XP, and now you level up to maybe 15 minutes of exercise. And here's the crazy part. When you start doing this, it automatically makes you do less of the bad habits because now you've got more shit to literally put your time into. When you just have video games, you're just going to play video games. But when we introduce these habits in, you're going to start doing things like video games less because you've got more things that you can put your time into. You can almost visualize it like the sun. If the sun only has one place to shoot his energy into, that's the only place he's going to put it into. But now when you have a bunch of different places you can put your energy into, you're going to do less of the gaming, the bullshit that you know isn't good for you. So that's the exact mindset that I used to not only improve my mental health, but to lose 17 pounds and quit all of my addictions. And here's the thing, if you've gotten this far into this video, you're not like all the other retards watching self-improvement BS on YouTube. You want to get ahead. You want to be better than everybody else. You see how disgusting it is that everybody else is just mediocre and throwing away their lives. But if you're watching a video like this, you aren't one of them. And so if you want to get ahead of everybody else, this is literally me holding up my hand to you and letting you join into this movement. If you just subscribe right now and join that Discord link in the description, I basically set up a free community where I'm gonna hold this tight-knit group of people in who are gonna be able to lose fat, quit their addictions, and become enlightened teens together. And if you want to join this movement that I'm creating, then go down, join that Discord, go down, subscribe, and as always, my name's Atharv. See you soon, bro.